friend and mentor Graham is about to answer another question about rehab. If you want to get in touch with Graham to chat or ask any more questions, or maybe even to ask to be admitted to his rehab, simply click on the link next to this video. I've got a special arrangement so Graham saves me the top 3 spots on his rehab waiting list for you guys, but you need to come through this site to jump the queue. Just click on the link next to this video where it says I want to talk to Graham.
One of the issues we bring up in treatment is what really is love. Obviously there are as many opinions on this question as there are people. So how do we address this question for our clients? It is a question we raise because we find that once a person becomes clean and sober from their addictions, the way they have survived in the past is to love others, is to self-sacrifice for others, because this is obviously a very sort of admired thing, to sacrifice oneself for others, to throw yourself in front of the car for the other person. But what we actually find is that it is too extreme, and this is the cause of relapse, because the person leaves treatment not having addressed this question, self-sacrifices right, left and centre for family, partners, children, anybody else, which they believe and they've been taught to believe is the right thing to do, and they are left with disappointment because they're setting themselves up to fail, they're setting themselves up for disappointment. We try and turn this round and we say to the person, look, you have to learn to love yourself, which to some people sounds quite a sickening thing to do, but it is absolutely necessary for a client. One of the ways we explain it is, okay, look at what you've been doing. You've been waking up on a morning, telling yourself how rubbish you are, or how rubbish life is, so beating yourself up verbally, and then you've been going about lying and scheming in order to acquire the drink or the drugs, and then you're gonna, then you put loads of drink down your neck or take loads of drugs. And that's, if you were to go around to your next door neighbour's house and do that to him or her, you wouldn't call that love. So clearly, one of the things that needs to be learned is, how do I love? And it must start with self. So how do I love self? And really, we all know this deep down, though we may not be able to practice it necessarily all the time, but we all know it. We have to learn to love ourselves before we can really love anyone else. And what tends to happen, if this is not addressed in treatment, people leave treatment, they see their mission as loving others after years and years of manipulation when they've been in their addiction. And they have no way of being able to distinguish the manipulation from the intent of love, of giving. And it all gets mixed up. So the question of what is love and how do I love self, we see as being absolutely critical to be addressed in treatment, to make it very, very clear, so that a person can have appropriate boundaries and have a life that's livable.
Thanks, Graham. So if any of you guys want to speak to Graham about anything at all, he's a really top guy and he'll give you all the time you need. You just need to click on the link next to this video that says I want to talk to Graham. If you contact him through this website, you get to jump his rehab waiting list queue anytime you decide you want to go to his rehab. He's reserved the top 3 places on the waiting list for people who inquire through this site, so click the link now. Even if you're not sure about rehab, you can just chat to him and ask your own questions, then you've a place at the front of the queue if you ever want it. Just click the link next to this video where it says I want to talk to Graham.